I'm Tim Marlow, and every month I'll be bringing you my personal selection of the most exciting events and exhibitions from across the international calendar. This month, an expanded vision of the art of Oceania, a politically driven Prussian painter in Zurich, and a view well beyond the margins of medieval book design in LA. But first, not one, but three compelling but very different biennales for the summer. Helsinki is staging just its second Biennale, following on from the success of the relatively small-scale inaugural show in 2021, staged on the spectacular location of Vallisaari Island in the Helsinki archipelago, but now plans to expand with a stronger presence on the mainland in locations across the city. New directions may emerge as the title, and here's hoping they do. Liverpool, by contrast, feels like a veteran Biennale, now in its 12th edition. In historic buildings and structures including docks, warehouses and churches, as well as art galleries and museums, work will be cited by artists from across the globe, but with notable contributions from southern Africa. The title, uMoya, the sacred return of lost things, comes from the Isizulu language meaning spirit, breath, air, climate and wind, and is in part a celebration of ancestral and indigenous forms of knowledge, wisdom and healing, which we could all use a dose of. Finally, to Venice, but this year it's the turn of the Architecture Biennale to colonise the city. It's called The Laboratory of the Future and is curated by the Scottish-Ghanaian architect Leslie Locko, with the spotlight emphatically on Africa and the African diaspora. The themes of decolonisation and decarbonisation may seem familiar, but the Biennale is not a sermon from the pulpit, but rather an exploration of an Architecture Biennale's capacity to be an agent of change in the way that we view and construct the world around us. Allow a minimum of 3 days to do this one justice. My second pick explores the work of a sisterhood of contemporary artists who've expanded our vision of the art of Oceania. I became obsessed with the extraordinary art that's been created in the watery continent known as Oceania back in 2018 with a show at the Royal Academy in London, which also travelled to Paris. That show was driven by New Zealand. Now it's the turn of Australia to take a look at the art of its far-flung neighbours. CIS, Pacific Art, from 1980 to 2023 at the Gallery of Modern Art, Brisbane, Queensland, focuses on contemporary textiles, ceramics, photography, moving image, sculpture, installation and performance from major but underrated artists including Yuki Kahara, Lisa Rahana and Taloi Havini. Aside from the drama and spectacle of much of the work, the organisers want to stress the intimate, rational and deeply caring nature of the work on display, which should make for a thought-provoking as well as inspiring exhibition. Next, an examination of the work of some of the world's first graphic designers at the Great Käthe Centre. 24 exquisite and rare manuscripts, ostensibly from the Middle Ages but actually ranging from the 12th to the 17th centuries, seek to give a broad view of medieval European book design and include everything from small portable prayer books to scientific texts. Graphic design in the Middle Ages will also include some Armenian and Islamic work to give a broader context and to grapple with the medieval conception of calligraphy, as well as conveying the importance of decoration and information. This clearly is a beautiful small-scale exhibition that will encourage us quite literally to read between the curatorial lines. Last up, in Zurich, a double dose of politically engaged art. The great, if still not widely celebrated, Prussian-born artist Käthe Kollwitz is, I think, unsurpassed in the late 19th and early 20th century as a chronicler of human suffering. This exhibition, Taking a Stand, Käthe Kollwitz, at the Kunsthaus Zurich, re-examines drawings, prints, posters and sculptures that convey such emotional range and compassion, but with a powerful twist of an invitation to the British Palestinian artist Mona Hatoum to make interventions throughout the displays. I've always found Hatoum's exploration of the strength and fragility of the human condition utterly compelling, and her ongoing desire to engage the viewer, as she puts it, in a physical, sensual or emotional way will make this a Kollwitz exhibition like no other. So those are my picks, the unmissable shows from around the world this August. I do hope you get to see at least one of them.